trophies speak to the traditions and the spirit of the contest between schools, and sometimes they also come wrapped as a massive bronze pig. Floyd of Rosedale is on the line in the matchup we have coming up. Welcome to Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City, Iowa, home of the Hawkeyes. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, taking on a team looking to get into the win column, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Hawkeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense will go on the attack first. You don't get many chances to really stick it to a rival, but the Gophers did last year, blowing out the Hawkeyes.
Blew them out last year, and I think you want to continue to build on that tradition, build on your brand. The Gophers brand is on the up, and now you got these rivalry games to continue to prove it time and time again.
And remember, these two schools, Minnesota and Iowa, they recruit against each other. They recruit similar type players, all from the same region. So when you're putting back-to-back wins against a rival and you're blowing them out consistently, that is a huge boon for your recruit.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Reads it, fires complete. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44. And the Golden Gophers are rolling down the field. They'll run it from the gun. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs.
Gets loose in the middle. 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Minnesota. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
So Iowa's offense has the ball for the first time. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job at confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, Dave.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. They want to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. He tries to take the top off. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Got room on the return. He is guided out of bounds, and they'll mark it at the 28. The Golden Gophers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give from the gun. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. And the Golden Gophers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. They lost ground on 1st down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Going for 6. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Running back searching for a hole. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. The Hawkeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll leave it with the lone back. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
They think there's room to run to the right here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled there last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. It's the end of the 1st quarter, and now time for one of the great traditions in college football. When the entire crowd here in Iowa City will turn and give a wave to the children at the University of Iowa, Stead Family Children's Hospital. Everyone engage, and we wave and salute those kids and wish them all the best. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Firing to the right, complete. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. And the Hawkeyes will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Catch in the middle, it's Osborne. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. This rivalry between Iowa and Minnesota even predates Floyd of Rosedale. Goes all the way back to 1891, guys.
Crazy to think about a rivalry going that far. And it's passed down, and the uniforms changes, and the names change. But it's so cool, the history of this intact. People keeping track of the records, and it means something to those players back then and to these now.
Yeah, tradition, that's one of the things that makes college football the greatest sport.
There he goes. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Pulls and fires complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wants to throw again. Spits it out to the back. Zings it complete to the right. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. The Golden Gophers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. With the run on first and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And I don't know if he made the right decision there or not. You could tell he could have given the football to the running back, but he chose to keep it, and it just got strung out down the right side and nowhere to go. I'll tell you what, better defense than bad decision-making by that quarterback.
Pressure coming. Big fella moving. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on third down. Here comes the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
Turning it on. Got enough for the first. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll ride the hot hand. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Here comes the offense on second down. Off the play fake. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. These Hawkeye fans know exactly what to do to get behind this D on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to go up top and times running out in the half. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. And the Golden Gophers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
One more snap coming before halftime. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some edge-of-your-seat moments between the Gophers and Hawkeyes, and there's still 2 quarters to go in the fight for the Floyd of Rosedale.
The Golden Gophers will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. Breaks into the open. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. And the Golden Gophers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. He's got it on the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Give to the running back. Sweet cut there. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. They'll give it to the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. It's complete. Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Minnesota! to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Minnesota has really fattened up that lead, and the Gophers getting close to capturing Floyd.
And the Gophers have done such a great job handling the emotions, handling the moment, getting closer and closer, and they got Iowa in a good spot. They got them down. And let's be honest, offense is usually a challenge for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, and Minnesota's players, David, to me, they just look dialed in. They look like they've spent some extra time in the film room getting prepared for this game because they know what this game means, not just in the Big Ten Conference, but also to both schools. This is one of the great rivalries in college football, and they have shown up ready to go.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. And the Hawkeyes have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Unloads it left. It's complete. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Hold offense.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Let's see what they've got on second down. Trying play action. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Now staring at a third down. Here's a heat. Fires to the big fella. They stop him short, and we'll have a big fourth down coming. The Hawkeyes will punt it away on fourth down. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to get behind the defense. Wide open, he makes the catch. He's loose. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers.
Man, it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Jacksonville State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Gamecocks have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by just 2 to Marshall. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Unleashes one. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Power football with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. And the Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. First play of the drive comes from the 38. He'll keep it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Got his man quickly. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide. And a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Leaves it with the running back. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. They'll run it from the gun.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. There's the pressure. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. To the ground with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quarterback on the keeper. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
His legs haven't been a big factor in this game up to now. He picks the perfect moment in the 4th quarter to rip off his longest run of the game.
And the Golden Gophers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel group has there been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice the safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down because the RPO game's been a problem.
And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And these are these moments as a defense, like, you're just trying to get out of the game. We're rotating, we're subbing, like, we've stopped them all game long. Like, they can run the football right here. The biggest thing is the clock ticking, us getting out of here with the dub, and really, everybody staying healthy.
So much to the chagrin of the Iowa Hawkeyes, it's Minnesota living high on the hog and bringing home